Here's a perspective I hope you can relate to. A number of years ago, I think back to something that used to really bug me, really annoy me, get under my skin. And it was something simple. Around the house, I would notice that there'd always be fingerprints, especially noticeable on the refrigerator. Now, why was this so annoying? It was just, to me, it's like, okay, fingerprints, you make a mark, you leave a smudge, you don't see it, you don't clean it up, you leave it for me, and it would just fester, right? It would just be an annoyance and a sign of disrespect in many regards. I read this book called Positivity. If you're unfamiliar, Dr. Barbara Fredrickson. And one of the things she talked about was how you can't have two thoughts at the same time. And if we're going to be more positive, and don't we agree that's a good quality to have, especially in workplace environments, that we control our thoughts. So in order to prevent the negative ones, can we at least neutralize it? I'm not suggesting the whole rah-rah cheerleader thing in terms of a strategy for positivity. If that works for you, fine. For me, I had to minimize the negatives. So this is the simple thing I did. So in those moments when I would see, for instance, those fingerprints, I would think immediately to myself, instead of, who did that? Here's what I say in my head. Could have been me. Could have been me. So now when I see those fingerprints and I have that in my head, could have been me, what do you think happens? I don't go negative. I don't go pointing fingers. I don't go being dissed, that feeling of disrespect anymore. Just like, oh, could have been me. Clean it up. I'm not going to let it derail my day or interfere with feelings I have otherwise for people I regard, in the case at home, love. At work, this is so important. And this is something that I've learned to do, right? Changing that way of thinking, minimize that negativity. And as a result, I think I'm more open minded. I think I'm easier to work with. And I'm certainly less judgmental. My name is Kathleen Himler. I work for Dale Carnegie Training. And this is one of those life skills I've kind of learned that certainly resonates with what I do and the brand I'm supposed to represent, but it's a version of positivity that works for me. Hope it helps you too. So what is that one annoyance, and how can you reprogram your thinking to at least neutralize it? I'm sure it'll help you in similar ways if you dare to give it a go.